My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight we make history on this blimp. We arguably have our biggest guest. We've had Tucker Carlson on, we've had, oh shit, my computer's playing. I did that last time too. Sorry about that. Jimmy's fault, Jimmy's fault, Jimmy's fault. Okay, yeah, Jimmy. First of all, everybody hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to have a lot of new viewers on the program tonight watching, so I just want to say welcome to the blimp. I am the pimp on a blimp. I'm Primetime 99 Alex Stein. I'm Tucker Carlson's biological stepson, for the people that don't know me. But tonight, we are making history. That's right. We are actually extending the olive branch to the one, the only Dave Portnoy, and we're talking to his co-host, a legend himself, Kirk Minihane. Everybody knows about the Minifans. He has a rabid group of supporters that truly love him because he's a very lovable human being. So I'm really excited to get to him. But before, let me introduce our in-studio guest. You know her. She's a local comedian. Her name is Ashlie Ann. She is... what is she? She's a comedian, but she used to be in sales, and now she's grinding, producing shows all over, and she put Jimmy on a show. And I don't know, how did you even find Jimmy to put on a comedy show?
I had to pay.
Did he have to pay?
Yeah, he did have to
pay. Oh my gosh, of course. That's how a salesperson does it. They figure out how to... Luckily, most comedians are broke, but Jimmy, you know, he comes from a very wealthy family. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it.
I should have charged him more.
I don't want to say his last name. You should have charged him a lot more. His name... His family used to own a lot of slaves.
Well, I definitely should have charged him more.
Yeah, you definitely should have. Okay, now, guys, probably shouldn't have talked about slavery before this, but, you know, and we're anti-slavery here, but you know what I mean? And the slaves weren't homeowners, so if I feel bad doing a homeowner ad, but, well, we'll just get into it. All right, guys. Well, if you're a homeowner, you need to listen to this, guys. In today's AI and cyber world, scammers are stealing home titles, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on one document, use a fake notary stamp, pay a small fee with your county, and just like that, your home title has been transferred out of your name. Then they take out loans using your equity or even sell your property, and you won't even know it's happened until you get a collection or foreclosure notice. So when's the last time you checked on your home title? If your answer is never, you need to do something about it right now. That's why I've partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code ALEX at HometitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Go to HometitleLock.com and use promo code ALEX. That's HometitleLock.com. Promo code Alex. All right, now we love that Home Title Lock. Thank you guys. A lot of chat rats. Our viewers probably don't own a lot of homes. You know what I mean? They've made it impossible to own a home. It's not our chat rats' fault. It's these elites and these bankers and these people in foreign countries in the Middle East that are causing the prices of homes to be artificially inflated through companies like BlackRock. So if you guys do own a home, congratulations. You definitely want to protect it. So Home Title Lock will help you do that. Okay, now we got to welcome on as our guest. Ready? Guys, we have, it's such an honor and privilege to welcome on our next guest. He's not only a co-host of the Unnamed podcast, but he's also the breadwinner and star host of the Kirk Minihane Show. And to me, he is my favorite Barstool host, and I think that he is the best Barstool host. Let's welcome on the one, the only Kirk Minihane. Kirk, how are you doing, sir?
Good evening, Alex. How are you doing, all right?
Well, I'll be honest, I'm surprised that you're on the blimp this evening. And I mean that. When I say that I'm a huge fan of yours, Kirk, I really appreciate that you're...
Sure.
No, I mean that you're bold.
Oh, no, I believe you completely, yeah.
What I'm saying is a lot of these hosts, you know, they cower to Dave. And Dave's a powerful guy. I believe Dave's obviously very successful. But what makes your content, or I guess your interactions and the clips that go viral, is that you're willing to kind of give it back to Dave. Now, that takes a lot of cojones. Why do you have the cojones that most employees at Barstool do not have?
Well, yeah, I mean, going along with the idea that is true. I'm a little older. I'm older than Dave. I've known Dave a long time. And I'm kind of in the position career-wise where it doesn't really matter. Like, if he fires me, he's fired me like 6 times and then rehired me. So, like, I'm just not particularly worried. I mean, you know, and he doesn't fire people. I always get amazed, Alex, when people at the company like, oh, he hates me, he's mad at me, he's mad at me. But you have to do something so dumb to get fired that he hates firing people. So I don't think it's going to, and if it happens, it happens. I'll find another way to work. I do think some people at the company feel like they wouldn't be successful without Barstool. And that may be true in some cases, but it never crosses my mind.
You would be independently successful, but this is the thing. Obviously, I think there's a lot of good things that Dave has done. I don't want to come here and poo-poo on Dave at all. But the only thing is, like, we had this heat, and I don't know if you know the backstory, and we can play some clips. But just because we want to start the show, so you can give our background, because I like Barstool. I'm friends with Ben Mintz. I'm not like a total Barstool, Rico writer, but I'm saying I like Barstool. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. I hate Rico. We're gonna get into that, but I'm saying I am a Barstool fan. What happened was there was 2 clips of mine. There's
the one with Mintz, right? Where he let you in?
Well, no. This is before that. So I want to give you the backstory. Okay. I just want to give you the lore real quick.
Yeah, I don't know everything, so yeah.
People don't know. And this is why it's important just to get it out, just real quick. What happened was I had a viral video where I went and I spoke at a city council meeting, and I said that I, gambled and that I lost and that I ended up winning it back. It was during the Super Bowl when the Bengals were in the Super Bowl. And Barstool shared the video, and then about 2 hours later, they unshared it, which I quote tweeted it, and I shared it on my page. And this is when I had a little less of an audience, so this is a big deal. Barstool shares my thing. Well, they take it down, and then I retweet. I'm like, I thought Barstool's free speech. Dave Portnoy is supposed to be the edgiest guy in the world. Why did they take it down? Well, then Dave, which I thought was very honorable of him at the time, he invited me on his podcast, and then shortly thereafter, a clip of me where I was at, and I'm anti-abortion. I say that I'm unapologetically anti-abortion. Whether your opinion on it is pro or against, I'm not too worried right now. But this video where I'm just making fun of protesters, and Dave shows
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dave is like, now I don't want to have him on. And this is after Dave had interviewed Donald Trump. So I got a little frustrated, and it was a joke. And I had an actor who plays a homeless guy who's famous on TikTok, has like 1 million followers on TikTok until his account got deleted, where everybody's seen him. He's pooped in a bucket on the subway. I'm talking about serious viral videos that everybody has seen. The guy, he's knocked the Chinese food off the person's hand in the subway.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I don't know any of this stuff.
But I'm just saying, super viral videos, Kirk.
Okay, I believe you.
So I have him half naked, and we walked right past security. I put on a Long Islander,
I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, and we just got right in. Mincy actually was not.
Well, Mintz let you in.
No, he didn't.
I thought he did, no?
No, I kind of wanted to, facilitate that rumor to try to get him in a little bit of trouble. A disinformation campaign against him. But that's because he turned his back on me. Speaking of Mintz, and I should be talking, I need to let you talk, but I've known Mintz since he went to Ole Miss, I went to LSU. I've known him this whole time. Then I get in trouble for this. He does a whole Benedict Arnold, doesn't even know who I am, has no idea yet. I've spent the night at his house. His roommate was my roommate's brother, so he knows exactly who I am. So I was a little frustrated, but I know he has self-preservation and wants to keep his job. So long story short, I storm his office. Dave hates me. I come to realize that now, 6 months later, I have a girl, Emily Austin, a very well-known, popular host for DAZN. She's a Jewish influencer. And, of course, she posted she's coming on my show. And then Dave Portnoy messages her to tell her to not come on my show. Thankfully, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and thankfully she did. I got to say that Emily Austin has a lot of integrity. She did do the show. But that was when, that kind of set off the light bulb. I'm like, I really don't have any heat with Dave. And now Dave's like slandering me to the guests on my show. That's when I was like, I just want to mend the fences. I think Dave did a lot of good stuff during the pandemic. Him and I disagree on political stuff. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. I like that. Hell, when he won that money, he had a great year gambling. I was out there, congratulating him. So long story short, I just wanted to try to mend the fences, and then I went and confronted Rico, and everybody talks like Rico's such a badass. Let's play the Rico clip. Dude, Rico's the biggest pussy bitch I've ever seen.
Is the bus ride? Is that this one?
This is the bus ride. Let's play the bus ride clip. I mean, he's such a pussy-ass bitch. Let's play the clip.
Rico, Alex Stein. Okay, I brought a bottle of champagne, and they just confiscated.
Are you the guys?
Yes.
Where's Dave? I'm with my wife's boyfriend. I'm with my wife's boyfriend.
Yeah, his ass crack was out.
A pardon. Dave,
you have security?
I have a ticket. I have a ticket.
I had a bus ticket, so they couldn't kick me out. I was there. Ticketed passenger, just like Rico.
Discuss a pardon, Rico. Rico, don't be a wimp. Why can't I talk to you?
I work for a media company in New York.
And he's shook. I'm shook.
Why are you concerned? I got a ticket. Rico, don't be a wimp. You don't have to be a pussy.
We would call him a pussy right there.
I'm trying to apologize. I want to mend the fences. If Trump can give a pardon to all the January 6ers, why can't you negotiate a pardon with me? I know, but why, Rico? Why is that such a hard deal? It was a joke. You know it. You know it was a joke.
So wow, now Rico's going to go straight to security, like a baby back biatch, going to tattletale.
You don't want to help me out a little bit, Rico? I've never done anything to you. I just want to mend the fences. I don't know why that's such a big deal. Like, I'm sorry that I stormed. Rico,
He's just going to random black guys saying, help me at this point. Like,
such a big deal.
He goes to the biggest black guy, like, that guy's going to scare me.
This guy stormed the office a couple months ago, and now he's following me in.
I'm just trying to talk to you. Listen, I'm sorry, but I am his friend. I'm sorry. Rico, I'm here as a friend. I don't know why. Didn't tell him I brought that bottle of champagne. At least show him the champagne.
I did. They confiscated my alcohol. You're not allowed to bring alcohol on a bus. I didn't know that.
You can bring a bus. That makes sense, right?
All right,
It's
I'll
almost
leave, Rico,
over.
I'll leave, but I just want to say I'm sorry. Please, if you would consider negotiating a pardon.
Please get away from me.
Okay, but I'm sorry.
Please get away from me. Please get away
Okay, I will, but I got a ticket.
Are you going on it?
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm sorry, Rico. I wish you could just mend the fences. I don't know why it has to be like this.
Now, a lot of people say Rico's tough. I think that's proof that he's not. So
Well, definitely not. I guess my thing is, Rico is one of those guys I'm talking about. He's kind of afraid of his job. He really is scared of Dave. And my thing is just have a conversation. If your version of the left asked me on next week, I would come on and have the same conversation. Like, it doesn't matter. You just talk it out. And you kind of laugh if it's, this is really rooted, I think you would agree, in stupidity, the stuff that you do. It's like, it's funny, like, but it's also like,
it's sophomoric.
satirical and like.
It's sophomoric. It's meant to be.
Right. Which we all do. So I don't know what, I'm surprised he was that afraid. Maybe he just didn't know really like what you were about. Maybe he thought you were going to actually attack him or something. I don't have an answer, but that seemed like a bit of an overreaction on this part. It didn't see, again, just, if you diffuse it, you go on, you fuck around. 10 times out of 10, I find it goes away.
Well, I love that you're being an umpire, just calling balls and strikes. But the thing with Rico is now you have a huge basketball game, and I know you have a big announcement you're going to make on your show tomorrow. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to, step on that announcement.
Devastating.
It sounds like it's not very good news. But before we even get into that, and you guys will be able to catch that on the Kirk Minihane show tomorrow morning. They're breaking news. Everybody's going to be watching that. But with
all the bots. Yeah.
There was a couple bots in the chat.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. There's no bots. There's no bots.
Maybe there weren't any bots, but whatever.
Idiot.
There's some
The hell are you
inconsistencies. There's a couple bots.
Christ.
Listen, they exist on the internet.
Leave me alone with the bus station, Alex. I just want to get on the bus, Leave me alone.
Well, real quick, you are going to be playing Rico Busco in a legendary KMS, the Kirk Minihane Show, versus New York City office. Now, New York had a good player. They lost a good player. Now,
Gay Pat, yep.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's like one of their best players. So, they're
one of the great gay athletes of all time.
He is, and he's a homosexual, and he's a great athlete. It's proof that homosexuals can be good at sports, too. I didn't believe that. But
he's gay. Like, he's gay. He's in.
Oh, he's all the way. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's hardcore.
All the way gay, and we love that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. God bless his soul.
No, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah, good. And I would be friends with him as well. But the thing is, their best player happens to be a homosexual. Weird, but not that he's gay, but just that that's their best player. My point is
ours, Matt from Providence. But yeah.
Oh, okay, Matt is a homosexual too. What? Oh my God.
Yep.
What? I love this. This is for
major cocksucker.
Why didn't you guys do it during this Pride Month in June? You guys are doing this a month late, but.
All the cock, it's like a buffet for him. Line them up, and he goes to town.
Sounds like a fun lifestyle. I would not encourage people to live that.
Well, I understand that, but I think we're different. I think people are, he didn't choose that. Look,
if
you
want to suck it, you can suck it. We can agree. If you want to suck on it, you can suck on it. That's where
Now we're getting. So the game's Monday in Connecticut. Yep, rubber match.
And Rico is one of their better players. Now, there's been allegations that there's going to be an inside job, a hit is going to take place. Now, I know that you've kind of spread this rumor yourself, which I love. That's what I love about you as well, because I think intimidation, once you can get...
We're going to break his leg.
Yeah, when you can get into your opponent's head, you've already won. So what are they thinking? Right now, who has won the chess match when it comes to strategy and pre-preparation for the game?
Yeah, beating them in the chess match is no great accomplishment. You've witnessed in person, Alex, how easy it is to get in Rico's head.
He's slow. He's
slow.
It
is just, he's challenged. And so it's mind games time, but it's like when my kid was like 9 months old, mind games. This is not difficult. It's like getting, little Kate Minihane to, eat a cracker or something. This is not going to be tough to get in Rico's head. But we have a guy on our team, Gus, and there's a bounty. Like there'll be financial benefits for Gus if he breaks Rico's leg.
I love it. New Orleans Saints.
Five-figure bonus. 5-figure bonus for the team.
I love it. No, I really do.
Yeah.
I hope Drew Brees can somehow donate to it or something. That'd be
Correct.
good.
There you go. Yes.
Okay, but when we talk about, the drama, we're talking about this game. There's a guy on your team or he's not in the basketball game, excuse me, but he's a guy that, co-hosts a show with you. I love Blind Mike. Blind Mike does a great show on Who Are These Podcasts. I think Blind Mike, you don't like Blind Mike? Wait.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, he's been on the show. Yeah, he's been on the show forever. Yeah, we love Mike. He does a good job. He does that. He has his own blindmike.net. He has a Patreon as well. Go subscribe. Yeah, go do that.
And Blind Mike's very funny, but is it fair for Dave to pick on a blind guy and use him in a commercial like that? Whose side? I mean, you were mad at Blind Mike because Blind Mike's getting a free promo, but I don't know. Right. I'm empathetic because Blind Mike's blind. He can't even see the ad. I mean, isn't that...
The problem is behind, Justin, my producer's here, behind the scenes, all Mike does is bitch about Dave. Why doesn't Dave like me? Why doesn't Dave do this? Why doesn't Dave do that? He's reached out to Dave privately to ask Dave for money, and it's kind of after a while, it's sort of well, what are we begging him, legitimately, oh, I did this for you 8 years ago. I did this, I did that. Can I have $50? And it's well, have some pride.
Yeah, wait.
He gets money from.
Are you serious that he really sent a message?
Justin, right?
Dave?
Yes.
Right, Blind Mike. Justin, is this true?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is true.
I had the impression that Blind Mike is smart. I didn't know he was an idiot.
Oh, I mean, he knows stand-up comedy, but that's it. I mean, this is a guy who. He loves a little bit I think you want Dave's approval back, and I think he's kind of the same way. I think you guys are cousins like that. Mike's great. He's great in the show. I love him, but I mean, he's just obsessed to the point where if he could draw, he would draw pictures of Dave. He's obsessed with him. Yeah.
That is obsessed, and I just want to say I'm not as obsessed with Dave, but I don't even want him to like me. I just want him to not hate me. That's the only thing. I want him to be.
Well, I think a good way of doing that is saying that publicly, because he definitely then will not, make it his mission to just hate you no matter what.
Yeah, which I would.
He's that kind of guy.
I would
I don't
that.
think there's any wiggle room.
What do you mean he has no wiggle room?
Once he hates you, I think he's just gonna. If your name comes up, he's just gonna be oh, that guy, and there'll be no nuance. There'll be no context.
I've had Tucker reach out to him. I've had multiple people reach out to him to try to, like I said. Yeah. I mean, and I don't trash Dave. We got in one little internet beef. The guy freaking gets in beefs with everybody every day online. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. I mean, no, you seem I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
Well, Kirk, I appreciate that. And once again, that's not the whole reason I want you here, even though I just think it is going to come up. But let's actually go back to the story. And this whole time I've been sitting here talking to you. We have Ashlie Ann here, a local comedian in Dallas. Ashlie, are you familiar? She doesn't know anything about sports. Ashlie, do you?
Yeah, I'm not a big sports watcher.
And you're not. And you're not. What?
I watch my son play sports, and that's about the extent.
But you don't like politics very much. But you were tweeting that 6 million people did not die in the Holocaust. Is that true that you tweeted that? That's why we brought her on, because
I have a Twitter.
She is a Holocaust denier, and we were hoping that Dave could send her on a free trip to Auschwitz, if that's.
Yeah.
Is that something, Ashlie, would you be willing to go on an all-expense vacation to Poland?
100%.
See? That sounds good. This is how we win the culture war. We turn all the anti-Semites into Semites, I guess. Okay. Sure. Now, Kirk, real quick, let's go and actually watch the footage of the when I stormed Barstool. And the reason I want to play the yak angle, before we play my angle, I want to play the yak angle shot too, because this is another reason why I'm frustrated. And I think this is a valid frustration. Yes, I ran in there with a naked homeless guy, and his derriere was exposed. And is that technically a sex crime? Maybe. It wasn't, not me, and he committed the sex crime, SVU type situation. I hope not. That's not what I was expecting. But the yak, I did this while they were live on the air. The yak got millions of views from the clip.
Oh, they're still in New York then, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, this benefited them. This is just content.
Yeah, you give and give. It's not right. You're giving and giving. It's not fair.
Giving.
It's not fair.
So let's watch the yak angle. This angle's so much better of the storming.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Oh, we had someone getting booted. We had a homeless guy and a
all right.
Homeless guy and a vlogger.
Look at Ben. Ben's shook. Ben knows exactly who I am. Yeah, Ben knows exactly. Look at Ben's face.
Get him, Ebony.
He's so guilty. He didn't even let me in, but he's guilty. Guilt by association.
Ebony.
Get the cameras on it.
Ebony. And Spider.
Oh, look at Ben's face. He's
I don't get paid enough
everyone,
to
and
get
Cody.
that.
Everyone.
Look, now they start high-fiving. This is my favorite part. Like, they're flicking me off. It's so great.
Get myself involved in that.
This is Megan Nunes.
Look, high five. Good job. We kicked him out.
Sports.
I believe that guy is a TikTok I've seen him on
Fucking lunatic, it looks like.
So they immediately recognized the black actor had, like I said, millions of followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
So they get millions of views. Why is this so bad? I mean, isn't this a harmless joke, Kirk?
I find it to be, you know me, I don't find it to be, like, if somebody stormed the studio and did this, I'd probably want them to leave, but I think I'd get over it. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I wouldn't want to talk to the naked homeless guy necessarily.
Well, he's a nice guy, though. I mean,
I'm sure he's a swell guy, but like, I'm not sure I'm looking at this guy's dick and stuff. Like, I'm
no, his penis wasn't out. We made sure to duct tape that.
Oh, that's good. Oh, okay. I didn't realize
there's
that.
no frontal nudity. I made that.
Yeah.
You know, that was a priority. We definitely had that
Yeah.
blocked off.
Well,
But
yeah, I think it's, I don't know anything about this. I imagine me being on here might come up. I do a name show with Dave and Ryan Whitney. We're going to tape it. We're going to do it Friday. I imagine it'll probably come up, and I think Dave will just be like, the guy's an idiot. Like, I don't think it's like.
And I am an idiot. But this is why it's
I know.
This is another reason why I'm frustrated, though, Kirk.
But I think that's all he's going to say, Alex, is like, this guy's an idiot, like, whatever. It's not, I don't think it's hate. There's hate, and then there's like, this guy's just a moron. And I think you're in the moron category.
And I like that. I like being in the moron category. But this is where
I think you're okay.
But this is where I get frustrated, too. So, once again, shortly, about 6 months after that clip, famously, Brittany Griner was traded with the Merchant of Death.
The arms dealer. Or
yes. What's his name, Jimmy? Sergio, what's his name?
It's like Victor
Garcia?
Obko or something. Whatever. He's a Russian guy. He'd killed millions of people and sold guns to a bunch of...
was traded for... President Biden traded Brittany Griner.
Victor Bout.
Victor Bout. And what's crazy is he supposedly sold guns to, you know, terrorists that probably, you know, shot him at Israel or whatever. You know, I would say Dave would not like Victor Bout. But we did this trade, and then I had information from an autograph person that when their bus was going from their hotel to the airport, so I just happened to hang out in the American Airlines lounge at their thing because one of the girls posted that they flew on American Airlines. So I'm hanging out. And of course, no offense to Brittany Griner, she's, you know, a 6'10" woman, sticks out like a sore thumb. So I run into her. I confronted her. I said, hey, was that a fair trade? I said, did you sleep with Vladimir Putin to get a pardon? And I said some off-color stuff. Huge story. I'm talking about, this is arguably my biggest moment because ESPN had it on the ticker because the WNBA played it like, oh my gosh, we're getting threatened. Now we need to fly private.
So, yes, I remember that.
So they used me as the poster boy. So I was the reason.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. The WNBA literally, and Dave loves the WNBA, wants to buy a WNBA team. So these lesbians wouldn't even have a freaking first-class jet if it wasn't for me confronting Brittany Griner.
There are a few straight women in the league, I think.
I know Sophie Cunningham sleeping with her boss, but, you know, good for her. But my point is... Still, they probably, I allegedly did that, but I guarantee they've all, you know, had drank some Zima and did a little hoochie coochie in the locker room, if you know what I mean. Don't hold me on that, but I kissed a girl and I like it. It wasn't just a Katy Perry song, if you know what I mean.
I think I do.
But the one person who did not cover the Brittany Griner thing, did not even write about it because they were not allowed to write about it, was my favorite sports media company in existence, Barstool Sports. So
they weren't allowed to write about it? Is that true?
That is very true. And there's people
You know that for a fact?
I know that for a fact because I know there was 2 articles written about me and taken down. No, for a fact.
Oh, they were spiked.
They were spiked articles. There was 2 things written and then they got spiked. So they were written and taken down. So that's where I'm at. It's like honestly, I have a great job. I love working at the Blaze. Don't want to ever. I don't need to work for Barstool, but I could go and confront some stuff. I could be almost, you know, run parallel with Barstool when it comes to some of these trolling or some of these things. Like, I just think creatively that we're not that far apart. So with the Brittany Griner thing going viral, and then Barstool doesn't cover it, but ESPN, it's ticking like, you know, internet provocateur confronts Brittany Griner.
Right.
I thought, hey, listen, that's not right.
Yeah, I know. You know, I don't know the specifics. I don't know that. I know early on in my show, we had a producer, Steve Robinson. He runs the Main Wire now. Good guy. And we had a couple of more right-leaning stories that got spiked by the old editor there, K. Marco, who I wound up, you know, getting rid of because he was an asshole. But, you know, I don't know. I have no idea what I don't know. But I would also say, you seem like you're a successful guy. Like, who gives a shit? Like, so they fuck them. Like, do your own thing. So Barstool's not covering Brittany Griner. Fuck them.
Yeah, but it does make me mad.
No?
Well, I grew up with Ben Mintz, so I went to college with a guy. Now the guy won't talk to me. I can't even communicate with him.
That's a gift, having Mintz not talk to you. That's a win.
I'm a retard, too. I like talking to other retards, and he's a Cajun. I graduated from LSU. And then a little bit about my background. You might not know this. I was a captain of the Highland Park football team. I was, I played with Matthew Stafford, the Super Bowl champion of the Los Angeles Rams, was my high school quarterback. And then I also played played Little League Baseball, who was in my high school with Clayton Kershaw, the Hall of Fame pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I'm just saying, so I know a few people in the sports world. I'm not just, I don't need Barstool, but I just don't want Barstool to hate me. That's where I'm at.
I don't know. I don't think they hate you. I think they
Well,
think
why am
you're
I
a fucking
blackballed?
I think they just think you're a fucking weirdo, like, who went in with a naked guy. Like,
I know, but there's no weirdos that work at Barstool.
Absolutely. I'm not saying it's correct or incorrect. I'm just saying I'm very limited knowledge on this. I think that's the perception. So, like things like this probably help. And I go on Friday, I'm like, you seem like a good guy. I don't think that hurts.
Well, good. Well, I appreciate that, Kirk. And I really mean that. I know we, in this kind of like podcasting, there's, fake heat sometimes. Yeah. For me, it was just kind of fake heat, and then it became real. It seemed like it actually really pissed off Dave, and that's when it took too far. So, for lack of a better word, I just would like to mend the fences. Okay, now enough about him. Let's actually talk about what you got going on now. You are on the Unnamed podcast. We love Ryan Whitney on this podcast.
Good friend of mine.
Just recently, though, you guys went into a hiatus. Now you're coming back. Can you tell us, because other than, Big Cat's show and PFT's show, which is the #1 show, pardon my take, #1 huge show. Love the show. They got snubbed by Time. I'm on their side.
Ridiculous. That list is, just for a second, can we spend 1 second on the list? So they did the top one, Time Magazine did the top 100 podcasts of all time, the most influential podcasts in history. There was 0, unless you count Caller Daddy, which is now spun off. There were 0 Barstool podcasts on the list. I think there were 10 Ringer podcasts, including Amy Poehler, Amy Poehler's brother is on my show, Greg Poehler. Amy Poehler's podcast is, I think, 3 months old, and she interviews other celebrities, and that's on the 100 most influential. The sports podcast they picked was the tennis podcast, which I don't know, 40 people listen to it. Pardon my take, Joe Rogan is not on the podcast list. Pardon my take, and Joe Rogan didn't make the cut for the 100. Whether you like Joe Rogan, whether you don't, whether you think he's a conspiratorial moron or a genius, wherever you
follows me on Twitter. I love him. Sorry.
There you go. To deny his influence in the history of podcasting is insane. Like, it's just so. I mean, lists like this get me worked up. But I was looking at this list, like never listen to it, never listen to it, stupid, never listen to it, no one listens to it, circle jerk, fuck it, stupid, unbelievably bad, asshole. And I'm like, where is, like, pardon my take? Where's Joe Rogan? The biggest sports podcast of all time is Pardon My Take. That's just not arguable. And Joe Rogan is the biggest podcast in history. Not there. You have like 76 Ringer podcasts. You have one about like knitting. You have one about like the history of like, whatever, the button. And fucking Joe Rogan isn't on there.
It doesn't make sense. I saw some there. I looked some up. Only had 11 episodes. And Amy Poehler's great. She's obviously had a great TV career, but she's been podcasting for 5 minutes. Joe Rogan has been leading a cultural revolution when it comes to podcasting. And to not give him any credit, to think how many people are podcasting because of Joe Rogan is absolutely ridiculous. But
you could make the argument presidents have been elected because of Joe Rogan.
I think you could say with this latest election, he definitely had a big influence. And if Kamala Harris would have gone on, it might have actually helped her a little bit. Probably not.
Right. Yes, you want. Well, yes, you want Alex Cooper's in the bomb. So, I mean, I don't know.
And Caller Daddy sucks. Like, I know that was a very popular podcast, but nobody.
Yeah, it's not my thing. I can't pretend that I know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, but it seems like, it's a lot.
But the girls that listen to it, Kirk, I don't. And Ashlie, you might disagree. Maybe you are a big whore. I'm not saying she is, but I don't like podcasts where they encourage girls to be whores. Do you agree with that?
I agree, and I personally am not a big fan of female comedy like that either. I don't. That's not anything I would ever.
You're a self-hating female comedian, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow. They call me self-hating something else. Okay.
I don't know, Alex. So, I don't know. It's a big podcast. I don't know.
And when we look at that list, in 1938, Time also gave Adolf Hitler the Man of the Year award. So maybe they're not that good.
A busy year. I mean, he was active that year.
He did have a breakout year.
Big year. I'm not saying a pro.
No, I'm anti.
Although, according to your female comedian, he didn't do anything. So, actually, maybe he shouldn't have won it.
Yeah, well, are you a Hitler fan, or are you anti-Hitler?
Oh, God.
Neutral?
Are you neutral Hitler? Did you know?
Not a fan.
Did you know Hitler was the first person to actually put in animal protection laws against animal cruelty?
Yeah, still doesn't faze me.
I'm just saying he was. I'm not saying he's a good guy.
We don't need to talk about how good the highways were.
Autobahn, no speed limit. Kirk, no speed limit.
I know, look.
In a Porsche 911, if you got a Porsche 911, we call them a panty dropper Porsche. I mean, the women can't even keep their underwear on. So, I mean, they know what the hell they're doing. Sure. So they have some sort of innovation. But I'm anti all that. But let me just say this. Is this anti-Semitic to say isn't it plausible that Dave used some sort of Jewish magic to buy his company back for $1? I mean, isn't that the only way that you could do that? Because couldn't they have sold that company to anybody else for something more than $1?
Only six of them run the world, so I don't know if he contacted one of them.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he contacted him.
Yeah,
He
but he's
texted
way
one.
up there on the list right now. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think, look, it was I always say about Dave, he's the smartest dumb person I know, or the dumbest smart person I know, because he anytime you count him out, he does something like that. I mean, he bought the most expensive house in the history of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So I don't know. He's doing something right. And he's, and I will say this, we've had our fights, we've had our scraps, but he's a great boss. When I've been in real trouble, great. If I'm going through my mental health stuff, which will happen every couple of years, great. Leaves me alone. Like, something's going on, great. Like, he is a great boss. Drives me nuts sometimes, but he's a great boss.
And I think that is the narrative that everybody says, and not a lot of people that work for him speak badly of him. They all speak highly. So I got to give him his flowers on that. Now, let's talk about this before you go. FS1, game day, this is a huge deal. Now, where do you fit in? Because I like Big Cat, love PFT, Arian Foster, all these, they got ex-NFL guys, but I want Kirk Minihane. The Minifans demand that you be a part of this, and I'm sure they're going to, I'm dead serious. Well,
so the college game day is on Fox itself.
Yeah.
And then FS1 has a Barstool show for like 2 hours a morning, like starting at college football time.
And Whit famously asked,
Dave once a week.
Does it have to be sports? That's so great. Yeah, twice.
Right. Dan once a week. It would be like, you might get something like this. Well, maybe not. You know what I mean? For an hour. Like, I'm useless for like NFL or college football talk. If they ever want me to come on and just fuck around for an hour, happy to do it. I'll do anything they ask me to do generally. So, maybe. I don't know. I think it'll be a lot of Dave. It'll be a lot of Big Cat. It'll be a lot of Brandon Walker. It'll be a lot of like NFL, college football stuff. Now, the off season, when it gets a little goofy, maybe they'll blast me and like Whitney in or something, or I don't know. But yeah, if they ask me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, and Whit's got a great podcast, Spitting Chicklets.
Huge.
Really a good podcast. So I mean that though, Kirk. You were independently well known before you started on terrestrial radio, and you got an audience. And Dave was enamored by the Minifans, and that's how he kind of discovered you. And it's been a match made in heaven. So before you go, though, this is the other thing, is I'm a little bit of a degenerate gambler myself. And, I'm not going to sit here and lie, but I do encourage people to gamble responsibly. But where do you come in this? I'm a full-blown conspiracy theorist, and I see that people said that, you see what happened with the 3 NFL referees are forced to step down, just got a demotion. Did you see that? This happened this year?
No.
Are you kidding? Nobody's heard about this story. Are you kidding? Dude,
I pay no attention to sports unless it's golf.
3 refs.
Just so you know.
Okay, but 3 NFL refs.
Walk me through it. Walk me through it.
I'm going to pull it up on my laptop.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you can't see the laptop? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, give me a short version.
I'll just tell you, but I want to read the article just so I can give it so I can say it correctly. So 3 NFL refs were just let go. Actually, I think they were demoted. 3 NFL refs demoted because of their integrity issues. So April 11, 2025. And nobody's even talked about this. ESPN, Fox Sports. I don't know how this is not.
Where'd you get this from?
This is on Fox Sports. This is on their thing. But they wrote an article, but you don't see anything. 3 NFL referees have been dismissed from their roles with the league, but rather than being released, were instead relegated back to college football, according to Football Zebras. The trio have been sent back to power conferences to officiate college's game. It's a curious move for a couple reasons. For one, giving the officials this choice to be moved from the NFL to college ranks bypass the union and any possible grievance for the dismissal, which is weird because now they can't prosecute them or whatever. They can't look into it. And now what remains less clear is whether these 3 officials, umpire James Carter, line judge Robin De Lorenzo, and down judge Robert Richardson, will be able to return to the NFL as referees. And where does it say whether it doesn't even say whether they're dismissed. I'm trying to find the reason why they're allegedly dismissed. Of course, this Fox Sports don't even say it. They were allegedly dismissed for giving favorable calls to the Kansas City Chiefs. They did multiple Kansas City Chiefs games. So this is a story.
Oh, I did read this. Yes, this sounds familiar. Yes, I do remember this.
And nobody's even talking about it. And then there's other instances where the refs have influenced games. Tim Donaghy, an NBA ref, went to jail for fixing games. So I love sports, but isn't it all bullshit and rigged? Probably. I mean that.
You think every game is rigged?
No. But
what do you mean? How does it work? So I'm actually curious.
I'll tell you how it works.
I'm not a big conspiracy guy. So walk me through it.
You saw there's role players now that they had to do.
Somebody just got busted for it.
Yeah, they had to do daily. So you're telling me that a starting quarterback has never decided to do that? You don't think anybody's ever? I know it sounds crazy.
Yes, in the history of sports, sure. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is doing that. I don't think
but he's
the
getting the
upside
favorable calls. Yeah.
But even financially, these guys make so much money now. like in the 50s and 60s, like when it was, these guys had jobs in the off season. Like, I think it was more plausible. But you're right. Like, is the like this guy they just nailed in the NBA, right? There was, I mean, that stuff happens. And this is the world now that we live in. And, I'm a bet responsibly guy. I have a golf gambling podcast. But, like,
Scotty Scheffler
this is the.
went to my high school.
Is that right?
Yeah, of course. Highland Park High School.
So. I'll mention that to Dave. He'll probably like you after that. He's a Scheffler guy.
Good. Yeah, we love Scotty.
I'll say David Caitlin Clark, too. So what I would say is, like, it's hard to believe now. This is a problem when you have athletes doing gambling commercials. Like, there you go.
This is Angel Reese. This is my girl. I actually went to LSU, so she's my girl. But here, we'll give her a little mustache.
Yeah, Dave's not a fan.
No, he's definitely not a fan of the mustache I gave her. But
no. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so like it's hard when you have like clearly like you see like athletes and actors and like they're doing commercials for this stuff. So yeah, it's hard to you get concerned. I don't think like a bunch of games are fixed, but sure, like that's this happens in the history of sports. David Stern said he was the only referee doing this. He had like 700 phone calls with other referees. So like, I didn't believe that at the time.
What about NJ taking a year off to play baseball? I mean,
you think it was the gambling stuff?
I mean, isn't the guy a degenerate gambler?
For sure.
In the Last Dance, he's literally gambling before the game with the usher, with that guy there, the security guard, pitching it to the line with a quarter. Like that's what we used to do outside of the stadium when you had to scout tickets. Now it's harder to scout because everything's digital.
There's millions in golf gambling too. So yeah, I mean, who knows?
Wow. So I just want to get you on the conspiratorial train. Okay, this is the last 3 questions I asked everybody because we're going to dial it back into conspiracies to try to, we've talked enough about Barstool. Now, I love conspiracies. September 11th, 2001, terrible tragedy. Is it possible, in your opinion, that people within the United States government could have had prior knowledge to those attacks and let the attacks happen in what is called a false flag attack?
I've certainly heard that. I choose not to believe it. I think I'm going to keep my eyes closed on that one. I choose not to believe it.
Have you ever heard of Tower 7?
Yes, I have.
47.
Oh yeah, no, I've done work on this. Yeah, I know where you're going with this, but I choose. But look, the government is so deep and so crazy. There are people we don't even know exist in the government. Do I think something the government could have known? Yeah, sure. I always talk about, like with Madoff, that one guy, Harry Markopoulos, I think his name was, the one guy who was screaming from the top of the trees like 10 years before. He was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, this is a complete scam. And nobody paid attention to him. Nobody. So, like, yeah. And I've read probably, Alex, 50 JFK books, assassination books in my life.
What do you think happened
like, that's
to that?
the one and I don't know a goddamn thing. I know less than when I started reading.
Real quick, the CIA killed him,
if you put a gun to my head, that would be my first guess.
It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. He was one.
Well, I think he was one of the shooters.
Oh, you do think? But there had to be other shooters. I mean, back into
definitely multiple. The angles, the magic bullet, definitely multiple shooters.
So, I love this conspiracy stuff, but I can get why you don't want to get in the weeds with that stuff. But for me, one thing I'm passionate about, what about Michael Jackson? Do you think Michael Jackson was actually a pedophile? Because I have evidence that he was not.
This is great, Alex. This ties into our mutual friend, former guest on your show, Mick.
Mick's a great guy. We love Mick.
Beyond average Mick. Great guy, great teammate. Everyone on our team loves him. We love Mick. He's working on the Michael Jackson podcast. I need
to talk to him.
Yeah, he'll do a good job. You know who else did one who told me this? I played golf with him a few weeks ago. Arian Foster years ago did a Michael Jackson's Innocent podcast. The more I read and the more I think about it, I think, look, the fucking weird guy.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's a pet. It's kind of like, you can kind of talk me into Woody Allen not being a pedophile at this point.
Well, it was weird that he married his daughter, but I think she was of age when
I agree.
That happened. Yeah,
I agree.
So, but if she was of age, then he's not a pedophile. But this
is still weird. Definitely weird. But yeah, I'm willing to have the Michael Jackson conversation. 4 years ago, I wouldn't have been willing to have it.
Well, this is how you know that Michael Jackson's BS. James Safechuck, one of the main guys in the documentary, he said that he was molested in a train house. When he said that it happened, not only was the train house not built, the architect hadn't even drawn plans for it. And then this guy, the main guy in the documentary, Wade Robinson.
Yeah, I watched the documentary.
I know. He was the lead character witness twice for Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was prosecuted twice, never not guilty. Michael Jackson is not dumb enough to put a kid that he molested on the stand being cross-examined by California California's top state prosecutor. He would do that under no circumstance. I know he's not that dumb. And then on top of that, Macaulay Culkin and Corey Feldman, who both said that they had weird incidences with, you know, producers and actors in Hollywood. Both
Never
said
happened with Michael Jackson.
Never happened with Michael Jackson. So
Here, I'll tell you full circle again, Lab, before you laugh. One of the blogs, I think, Justin, this is right. One of the blogs we had spiked was we had, of all people, Andrew Dice Clay was on my podcast, right?
Great guy, legendary.
And he said that Michael Jackson was innocent. We put that on our, and it got spiked.
Wow, this is deep lore. We're spiking.
Makes you wonder.
Michael Jackson. It makes you wonder because
Makes you wonder. I'm just throwing it out there. Just makes you wonder.
And he died under weird circumstances, and that he had a catalog that was bigger than Sony. And then a lot of people don't realize.
But the Beatles stuff, yeah.
But arguably, supposedly, that he has, Michael Jackson, part of that catalog are super famous holiday songs that we don't even know about, that every year they use them for Hallmark or whatever commercials.
Commercials,
so he had as much money, he got as much revenue from commercials, supposedly, than the Beatles were getting at the time. So
yeah, he has like fight songs and like crazy, like weird stuff. But yeah, Beyond Average Mix, gonna have that podcast.
And everybody needs to go watch Beyond Average Mix. Now, this is the last. You have been involved with these crime podcasts. You have a legendary podcast. That should have been a top 100 podcast because you actually can you tell us what happened on this cold case and you were responsible for bringing it back to life?
Yeah, so we've done 2 seasons of the case and it's led to 2 arrests for murder. So season 1 was Jennifer Fay missing in Brockton, Massachusetts in '89. We kind of started digging into it locally. It led to South Carolina. We found somebody named Kevin Mailer. There were a bunch of missing girls in that area, Walhalla, South Carolina. We dug, and he wound up getting arrested for the murder for somebody down there, this guy, Kevin Craig, and we looked into that. And then season 2 was Sandra Birchmore, Stoughton, Canton, Massachusetts, Karen Reed country. She died. They said it was suicide. She was having an affair with a cop in town, a Stoughton police officer.
And
several other ones as well.
This is the same town as Karen Reed.
Stoughton, Canton, same thing as Karen Reed. We knew right away, this guy who was dating her, she told him that she was pregnant with her kid. He went to her apartment, left a half hour later, went and drove from there to a hospital 30 miles away where his wife was having a baby that night. So we were like, right away, we're like, this doesn't make any sense. We dug in. Everyone was telling us we were wrong. Police, everyone. Well, Matt Farwell is in prison right now waiting trial for murdering Sandra Birchmore. That did not happen before our podcast started.
Dude, and that's incredible because, you know, that's why he probably did it while she's having the baby, so he had an alibi, right?
Turned out, by the way, as we found months ago, it wasn't even his kid.
So he wasn't even the biological father of the woman that he was dating?
Wasn't the biological father.
So he killed a girl that he wasn't even the father. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, this poor girl, Sandra Birchmore. Terrible story. So yeah, 2 for 2. We're trying to figure out season 3. I'm kind of like girl missing. I'd like to do something. I've put a couple people away. I would not mind freeing an innocent person.
See, that would be brilliant. And speaking of freeing an innocent person, I've become very good friends with Joe Exotic, Joe Maldonado. I don't know if you're familiar with the Tiger King.
Sure.
So would you be interested in? I've spoken to Laura Trump about it. I've spoken to Alex Bruce. I've spoken to Eagle Ed Martin. People in the Trump administration trying to get this pardon, and they look at me like I'm an idiot. Yet they went and pardoned Kodak Black. So. What is your opinion? Do you think that Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, deserves a pardon and release from federal prison? He's been in there 8 years already.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let the guy walk. Yeah, let him go, for Christ's sake. It's been 8 years. I don't know what the hell he's in there for, but sure, let him go. Why not?
Did you watch?
Smash that button.
Yeah, did you watch it during the pandemic? Did you not watch it?
Yeah, but I feel like that was 5,000 years ago. I feel like that's like 40,000. Like now, Poop Cruise is on. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That Poop Cruise is crazy. I got a free Carnival cruise. I'm going on there. I can't wait.
I hate cruises.
Yeah, but I'm going to eat the buffet and I'm going to dance and I'm going to hang out.
There you go. Have a good time.
Yeah, I'm going to be crazy. All right, Kirk. Anything you want to plug or shout out before you go?
Well, I guess the Kirk Minihane Show. Sure, go listen to that. We have the case coming up, unnamed every week. And then the game Monday night. It'll be on the Barstool main YouTube channel Monday night. Us against New York, Rico, and all those guys. Dave will be coaching their team. I'll be coaching and playing for my team, so it'll be fun. But yeah, other than that, no. Welcome. I'm happy to come on anytime.
Well, I really appreciate it, and I definitely want to come onto your show. And there's no bots. You are the best broadcaster on there, and I love Big Cat. I think Big Cat is very funny. Great. But I'm telling you, you could out-broadcast Big Cat. You can. Big Cat's a funny guy, but he's no Kirk Minihane. No offense, Big Cat.
He knows that.
He does know that, and everyone needs to know that. And if Dave does see this, just tell Dave, hey, listen, you don't have to like me. Just don't hate me. That's all I'm asking. I love you guys.
I'll vouch for you on Friday. That's the best I can do on unnamed.
God bless you. And Kirk, are we going to get Epstein files? Are we going to get any of that, or is Trump on those files?
Well, I mean, I was on several flights, so I hope it doesn't get released. I mean, it was a terrific island. I mean, the food was great. I mean, we had a good time.
I can't argue with good food. All right, Kirk, thank you. Have a good evening. Talk
All right,
to you
Alex,
again
good to
soon.
talk to
God
you.
bless you. And win that basketball game. Everybody, we
I'll do my
want
best.
Kirk Minihane's team to win. Everybody go support that and watch the documentary, The Berlin Ball.
Thank
It
you.
is
Yep.
so great. Everybody go watch that and support Kirk Minihane and Barstool Sports. Love you, Kirk. Have a good evening. Peace.
All right, Alex.
Ashlie, that was so good. I know you didn't get to say much. I feel kind of bad. Were you like, what the hell are we talking about?
No. I thought it was quite amusing.
You did? Okay, good. Because I feel bad. I know I have you here, and you're like, what the hell are these two idiots talking about? There's a lot of inside baseball. We talked about his crime podcast. We talked about our rivalry with Barstool Sports. So yeah, I could see how you might not.
I'm here for the true crime. I actually have listened to the case and several different true crime podcasts.
You've listened to his podcast?
I'm pretty sure I have. I didn't realize
yeah,
it
it's famous.
until he said it. Yeah.
This last year, I think it was I think there was one above him, but I think it was a #2 ranked crime podcast of the year. So it's it gets recommended. It's a very successful podcast.
That's awesome.
But, okay, now I want to ask you, there's some controversy. I asked you before the show, and you gave a non-political answer, but obviously there's a very serious conflict going on in Israel and Palestine. I'm sure you're aware of that. So have you formulated an opinion since I asked you before the show?
I just think it's sad in general. I'll catch clips of videos. I truly cannot with the news. It gives me so much anxiety.
It's low vibrational. Like when you hear the negative stuff, it kind of brings your vibration down.
It does.
I agree with you 100%. But the Nelk boys, who are famous prank YouTubers, I like the Nelk boys actually. I think they have some funny stuff. They recently sat down for an interview with Bibi Netanyahu. Now, is this the Bibi Netanyahu clip? Because I have one pulled up on my computer, but you can't see my computer, correct? I'll click scan converter right here. But let's play the Bibi clip that you have, SOT number 5.
And we met, saw one of our friends, and then we met the press secretary, Carolyn. So she's like Trump's press secretary. So we toured the White House.
Caroline Levitt.
And then they took us to this place called the Blair House.
Okay.
So that's where all the anyone that visits the U.S., that's where they stay. So anyone that's visited the U.S. since like all throughout history, they stay at the Blair House.
The Blair House?
Yeah, so that's where we did the interview. Okay. So we walked in, and there was just like 20 people in suits there.
Yeah.
The setup was already there. Both flags. We couldn't touch anything or move anything.
And they don't give you any restrictions like don't ask this.
I'll be honest. They gave us a paper with questions to ask.
Ooh.
But they also said they kind of they gave us a script to ask, but we didn't really follow it. Yeah. We tried our very best to ask some questions, but I think
personally I like the questions you asked.
Well, that clip is, it kind of gives us the inside scoop that if you interview Bibi Netanyahu, obviously you're going to have to read off a script. Now, do you hold them, even though you don't know the Nelk boys, Bibi Netanyahu is considered by some to be a great leader. By others, they consider him some people think he's committing a genocide. So my point is, just from watching that clip, what do you think of the Nelk boys giving a softball interview to what some people consider a horrible person and other people consider a good person?
The scripted questions is definitely suspicious.
Yeah.
that would be something where I'd be like, fuck your questions.
I know, but you say that. Yeah, I know you say that, and they kind of said that they didn't follow. But also, when you're in the room, it's a lot different. When you know what I mean? Like, it's easy for us to be like, oh, F these questions. But when you're like with the prime minister, of Israel, and you're with Donald Trump's press secretary, Caroline Levitt, you definitely don't want to piss them off.
No.
It's easy for us to be like, oh, I'd be asking them all about this. But they did ask him one tough question. Now, let me pull this up. Okay, let's. You got my computer. Let's see if this works. Okay, watch. Now, this is the Nelk boys. This is considered this is the only hard-hitting question that they asked Bibi, and I thought Bibi's answer was, I don't think it was very satisfactory in my personal opinion. But let's see what he had to say. Okay.
Why do they say Israel's like starving the people of Gaza?
Well, because we're trying to get the food in, and we let food trucks in, and guess what happens when we let them in? Hamas steals the food, takes the good chunk for itself, then they jack up the prices, and then they sell the food to its population, to its hungry population, if they give them it all, and then use the money that they take from their own people to recruit more killers into their terror machine.
Why do they say Israel's like starving the people of
reason why
Gaza?
I have a problem with that is there's literally charities that have been there that have been cooking food. One World Kitchen, which is what's that chef's name, Jose? But what's that guy's name? Famous chef, One World Kitchen. Oh my gosh, what is this chef's name? It's so annoying. Famous
Chef Jose Andres.
Chef Jose Andres. So he has a charity that goes to places, war-torn places, disaster-struck places, and he goes and makes delicious food. He's a 5-star chef. He's a Michelin star chef. And his charity, I know that right there, Bibi Netanyahu is saying that, oh, we give them food and then they take it. But literally, Bibi Netanyahu has shot and killed the people from the One World Kitchen, a charity organization giving food to starving people. So I just have trouble believing you, Bibi, when you say that you're just giving people this food and that it's all Hamas. And I'm not saying Hamas is good. Hamas is doing all kinds of crooked stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they're stealing the food. But you say that you're giving people food, yet you're killing famous chef Jose Andres's cooks for his charity that gives people food. Now, I would understand if his charity maybe gave people bombs, maybe if his charity gave people guns, you might not like that, but a charity that is feeding hungry people, to bomb and kill that, I don't know how else that could, I don't know how that could not be considered evil. I don't know. I mean, is that crazy? Is that, the people might say that's a controversial statement for me saying that. What do you think of your little bit of knowledge that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you. I think it's sadistic at best.
It is bad. So if the people are hungry, Bibi, let's get them food. I don't know why it's so hard. I just can't believe we live in a place on Earth where people have a boycott and cannot get food. I mean, it just blows my mind. And then America, when we try to build a dock to send them food, then the dock was crappy. They blew up the dock. So I'm just sick of my money going for the starving of children anywhere. So I don't want to see any more kids starve. So let's help these kids. And a lot of these kids, you know, they're innocent. Well, you know, they're not Hamas. The kid's not Hamas, and they're going to say, oh, well, they're being recruited to join. Sure, but if you killed my dad, I might join Hamas too, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I mean, give me a break. Like, what else are they going to do? So it's a very complicated situation, but Bibi going on that podcast, they faced a lot of backlash. Now, pull up my laptop one more time. Now, this is one.
Yeah.
This was the one question where I actually agree with Bibi Netanyahu, and I'll tell you why. Hold on, let's see.
What's your go-to at McDonald's?
No, I'll tell you, Burger King. You did the double,
Whopper?
The
I haven't ripped Burger King in a long time.
Burger King kind of sucks.
Yeah.
No,
the BK Lounge can hit.
I disagree completely.
You like Burger King over McDonald's?
That's your worst take, I think.
Absolutely.
That's a crazy take.
No, that was fine. I mean, I like Burger King. The answer is yes.
See, and that's how you know he's sick, because I actually like Burger King more too, only because they have the plant-based Impossible Whopper that I can eat because I'm a plant-based pimp. But other than that, McDonald's crushes BK all day. So what kind of sicko would go there and unironically say that he likes BK over Mickey D's? I mean, is that impossible, or do you agree with BB?
No. No. The French fries are far superior.
And the sauces and the soda fountain machine and then the employees. I mean, no offense to fast food employees. I understand that your job is hard, but I mean, the ones at BK are like literally on fentanyl. Have you been to BK recently? I go there all the time.
I avoid going inside of most places at this point.
Well, my problem is I get the Impossible Whopper, and this is why I love BK. They're one of the only places that offer the plant-based thing, but they always get it wrong. They give me a regular Whopper like every freaking time. So that's my one complaint with the Burger King employees. They give me the wrong burger all the time. But
all the fentanyl.
Yeah, it's all the fentanyl, but we love BK. Now, I want to ask your opinion. Hillary Clinton, it has come out that she did a campaign in order to sabotage Donald Trump's presidency. Well, you know, welcome to Obviousville. It's no shocker to anybody that's been paying attention, but now they're saying that she was on tranquilizers. I'm like, well, no shit, she was on tranquilizers. She couldn't walk. So let's play our full screen number 2, and then I have it bookmarked. Like, this is a famous video from the campaign. I don't know if you've seen this.
Her face.
Let me see this. Let me pull it up. This famous video right now, it's going viral. But anybody, this is Hillary Clinton. Now watch how they put her in the van. I mean, this is unbelievable. Okay, so she's leaning against the pole. She's basically comatose at this point. It doesn't even make sense how she's standing up. And now look, she's campaigning to be president of the United States of America. And look how they put her in the van. They throw her in that van like a rag doll. So now it's coming out that she was on tranquilizers and messed up the whole time. I mean, come on, welcome to Obviousville. I'm not surprised. Are you surprised at all?
I think you'd have to be pretty high to like live with yourself having done so much fucked up shit. I probably shouldn't say that though. She likes to fuck with off.
She does. She's
likes
probably going
off
to kill you. Yeah, she is. Probably,
Great.
She is probably definitely going to be, coming after you. Now, I want to ask you one thing. Now, my aunt recently got fired from her job at AT&T. She was actually a lead engineer, and this picture is going viral. Do you believe that she deserved to lose her job for this?
What does her stomach say?
It says, what does it say, Jimmy?
I think Beaver Garage or Boner Garage. Boner Garage.
It says Boner Garage.
I mean, I'm here for it. Why can't we do what the fuck we want on our off time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my aunt should have lost her job. I mean, but apparently.
Wait, is that like a bathing suit or is it painted on?
No, the tattoo's not what got her fired, though, the Confederate flag. I mean, don't we have freedom of speech in this country? I mean.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Like, is that, it's a bathing suit, okay.
Yeah, that's a bathing suit. I don't know why she would get fired, so you disagree. You think my aunt should get rehired back at AT&T?
I think people should just mind their business and let us do what we want to do.
I agree.
You know, if she's a good employee at work, then.
She's a horrible employee. She
Oh,
drinks
then maybe.
a lot.
Then maybe it was justified, but based on what she's doing on her off time, I don't think that's fair.
I agree with you on that. Now, this is what I really want to get into. You have a full screen about Trump and the Epstein stuff. I'm so sick of talking about Epstein, but we have to talk about this. This is the last thing, and then I'm going to get to full screen 3. Play full screen 4 first, actually. Show that. So now this judge, her name is, believe it or not, her last name is Rosenberg. She was an appointed judge, and I'm not kidding. Her name's Robin Rosenberg, and she happens to be Jewish. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a good thing to be Jewish. It's the best thing. It's the only thing that you should be. She is blocking the release of the grand jury testimony and evidence from this court case. And potentially, if you connect the dots, Jeffrey Epstein could have been connected to Mossad or Israel intelligence or American intelligence. Isn't this ridiculous that a judge, even the president who we elected, cannot get this information out, and that an unelected appointed judge gets to decide whether we get the truth surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's trial and, who was on that island with him?
I mean, I don't think politicians want us to know that they were there more than networking.
Yeah, they were doing more than networking. They were
LinkedIn for
They were
liars.
sex working. They were using children as sex workers. Okay, so I really am really frustrated that we're not going to get the transparency, because if it's not one hurdle, it's another that we have to keep climbing over. And I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm losing hope when it comes to transparency surrounding Epstein. I can't believe I'm saying that, and I'm getting frustrated with the Trump administration about it for sure. Now, this is where I'm really getting pissed off. Full screen 3. All of this happens. Congress decides to go on break early when you have Republican politicians that are trying to get more transparency before voting on that bill. They give them a 5-week vacation. And then full screen 3, comes up. Congressman Frost, is claiming that the White House is preparing to release concrete evidence of aliens.
I mean, I think they could have done that years ago.
Okay, do you believe that this is like it's gonna be real? Do you believe like they're gonna actually give us concrete evidence?
I don't believe anything from the White House is
Good,
real.
because you would be a retarded person if you believe anything they say. This is a distraction, guys.
That's what I was about to say.
It's the dumbest thing ever. This is no joke. This is how dumb they think you and I are. Is that people are waking up. Trump is losing favor in his own base, and this has been a strategy that they've been. Ronald Reagan talked about it. Other presidents have talked about unifying against an extraterrestrial threat. So they've kind of pre-programmed us to be afraid of aliens. They've never given us the concrete evidence that, oh, they exist, here they are on camera, but they give us these leaked footage. You see a plane flying weird, or you see something flying weird. And there is weird evidence for other stuff. There's a lot of, information surrounding extraterrestrials. But let me just tell you this. Whether or not aliens are real or fake, whatever they come out with right now regarding aliens is 100% fake. They're not going to tell us the real stuff. So if they say an alien is like a little midget like that, then that means the alien's 10 feet tall. I'm just saying, believe the opposite of whatever they tell us about aliens. This is going to be used as a distraction to make us not pay attention to all the geopolitical conflicts that we care about, all the internal conflicts surrounding the Epstein stuff, all of the, conflicts in our everyday lives that they want to distract us from. So this is a distraction, and maybe aliens are real, but Congressman Frost, when they give us a concrete evidence, it's going to be a bunch of concrete bullshit. I'll tell you that much. So do not fall for the trap. And before we go, it's been a great show. I want to say thank you so much to Kirk. You thought that went well, Jimmy, right? Kirk was very gracious.
No, he liked you.
He's such a good guy, and he's got a great podcast. Everybody, please go follow Kirk and tell him I sent you, because I want him to know that the chat rats, we support Kirk. We support what they're doing. He's being a friend to us, you know, in an adversarial company that a lot of people don't like me. So for him going out there and being bold and taking a chance by doing a podcast with me, not knowing what the outcome could be, I really respect the man, the myth, the legend, Kirk Minihane. So go show him the respect that he deserves. And also hit that like button. And guys, coming up this semester, right now, we are organizing our college schedule. So far, we got Penn State, we got Rutgers, we got UC San Diego tentatively. But what I want is, I want to go to some colleges, and I'm going to some major universities. I'm a pimp on a blend. What I'm saying is, I want to know where you guys are. So please put your city, if you're watching the show, put your city on the comment section, because I want to know, when I make this tour, I want to go to some cities that, you know, watch the show. I know we got a big audience in Dallas, LA, and New York. Those are the 3 major cities. But in the smaller towns, I want to see where you guys are at, because I'd like to go to Nashville this year. I'd like to go all over. So if it increases my chances of coming and seeing you just by leaving a comment of what city you're in. Okay, before we go, Ashlie, you got some shows coming up. You produce a great show, Dallas's Funniest Comic, Last Comic Standing. Yes. What is it? Dallas's Last Comic Standing.
DFW's Last Comic Standing. I am producing, as well as I produce stand-up comedy showcases every Friday at Sambuca 360. We've got one coming up this Friday. Doors open at 6 and 7:30 p.m. is open. In fact, my fiance is actually featuring in that show. Also a blind comedian.
Oh, that's awesome. Everybody needs to go watch that. We love that. Yeah. Now, one thing I do have to call Jimmy out, and I hope Jimmy doesn't get mad, though. He says in his comedy contest that he lost due to DEI. Is that true?
I mean, that's what I would say, too.
Did he lose because of DEI?
No.
Oh, Jimmy busted! All right, and Jimmy always wants to blame it. Jimmy hates. He always loses to girls, so you know he's just so used to losing to girls.
I'm not a judge, so I just kind of like hang out in the back and give people the light. But yeah, it was the first round was. I feel bad for him. It was very long. The sets were very long.
Well, you know how Jimmy got into Princeton? He said that he was transgender. He was one of the first people to get into Princeton.
Oh my gosh, that's genius, actually.
It is genius. That's
smarter than I thought.
That's why Indian guys always check that they're black, and it helps them because
I heard that's true.
That's 100% true. That's
apparently it also works if you're white and trying to apply for benefits.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling's brother did it. All right, guys, they thought we were just going to sit down and shut up. They thought we'd let them rewrite reality, cancel common sense, and run this country into the damn ground while we scroll TikTok and sip soy lattes. Not me, bitch. Guess what? They forgot one mother trucking thing. I'm Primetime 99 Alex Stein, and I don't play by their bullshit rules. On Blaze TV, we're not just reacting to the madness, we're exposing it. We're naming names. We're trolling the tyrants and laughing in their face of their bullshit propaganda. This isn't your grandpa's cable news. This is the front line of the culture war, mother trucker. Unfiltered, uncensored, and completely unhinged in the best possible way. Every weeknight, I bring the chaos directly to your mother trucking screen. Politicians, media puppets, woke warriors, nobody is safe. If they're destroying this country, we're putting their ass on blast. And the best part, you can join the Primetime 99 posse for just 99 cents for your first 30 days. Only 99 cents to get on the realest, rawest, most ridiculous political show on the internet. Go to BlazeTV.com, sign up, and show the elites they can't fuck with us! Go sign up right now, BlazeTV.com/Alex, and we do need people to actually sign up. This is how we win. Not by keep scrolling. I got to finish reading. There's actually a little left, I think. Well, whatever. That's it. Guys, go. Oh, this is how we win! Not by playing nice, not by staying quiet, but by speaking truth, bringing receipts, and clowning the clowns one segment at a time! That is a direct order. Go to BlazeTV.com/Alex and sign up! Steal a credit card if you have to. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to keep my job. I need you to sign up now.
Please do it. He spit on me.
I know. Sorry, and I have HIV. It's not funny. I'm dying slowly. But anything you want to shout out? Did we get that?
I mean, follow Unmuted Entertainment on all social media. Ashlie Ann, Ashlie with an IE, or it ain't me.
Ashlie with an IE, or it ain't she. All right, guys, that's been our show. We end the show the same time every day with that freestyle finale. So DJ, hit that beat. Yo, smoking on the lip like a pimp. And I'm so happy, I'm not feeling crappy. I am a little sappy because Kirk Minihane, I'm his biggest fan. And he came with a plan. Going to help me become friends with Dave. No longer gonna be a debt slave. Gonna make some money, eat organic honey. Then get my baby and hump like a bunny. All right, guys, everybody go follow Ashlie Ann. That's the plan. I'm a Kirk Minihane fan stan. I love you guys. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.